Hello, welcome to the IT Academy. My name is Daniel. Please subscribe to this channel for more IT tutorial videos. In today's video, we're going to look at how to use conditional formatting in Microsoft Excel. Before we talk about conditional formatting, let's talk about the basic formatting. Formatting simply means changing the appearance of text in the sense of, say, the size of the text, the color, this text style. Okay, now conditional formatting means that before the formatting of a text is changed, it's got to meet certain criteria. So let's get started and see how it works. Now I have this table here, which is a kind of a sales report. So we have sales revenue here, which is the most important information here. So what I want right now is that I want Excel to highlight all the values that are more than 2000. I want it to flag any value that is more than 2000. So to do that, I simply highlight the range and then go to conditional formatting. But you have to make sure that you have selected the home tab. So you go to conditional formatting. And then these are the parameters for what you want to do. Highlight cell values greater than. So that is what we select. Highlight the cells that are greater than, and then you put the value here. So the value is 2000. I want all the cells or values that are more than 2000 to be highlighted. So I click OK, and you can see that it's worked now. Everything more than 2000 has been highlighted. We can also do it this way. Conditional formatting highlights cells that are less than 2000 or less than any number you choose. Let's make it less than 1000. Those that are less than 1000 have been highlighted. Okay. And this looks quite easy because I have a very small list. You could have hundreds of records, and that is when this will really come in handy. So I highlight it again, and then we go to conditional formatting one more time. You can also select, let's go to text this time around. I'm going to highlight the city. It's city, but it could also be applied to any text value. So we highlight the city column and go to conditional formatting. And then rules, highlight those that contain the text. So you type the text. I want Manila. Any text that has Manila should be highlighted. Okay, so you see Manila has been highlighted. This is Sydney. If I type Manila to replace Sydney, it's going to be highlighted. Okay, we do this, all these are conditional formatting on data that has already been typed. But you can also apply it to data that's to blank spaces or a range that hasn't got data yet. For instance, this range. I highlight it and I go to conditional formatting. Cells, I want you to highlight the cells that are greater than 2000. Okay, you see it's blank. So now I type 100, nothing happens. 2500, it gets highlighted. 5000, it gets highlighted. 30, nothing happens. So it's applied to ready-made or ready type numbers, and also applied to ranges that you're expecting to type in certain values there, and you want those values to have conditional formatting. So that is the first two things. Now we also have something else here we can do with conditional formatting. That is the top bottom rules. You can select the top 10 items. So if I select the top 10 items, that is the top 10 values. So I click on this and the top 10 values are highlighted. I have just 11 items on this list. That is why it's quite short. So the top 10 values. And then let's do it this way. We can change that. Top 10 values. You can decide that I want the top 5 values. You see it's top 5 values. Okay, and it shows you only the top 5 values. And then also you can select, I want the bottom 10 items, the bottom 10% or above average. Highlight all those numbers that are above average. Okay, you can also select below average. Any number that is below average will be highlighted here. You can see 200, 400. These are below average in the context of this list. So you can also do that. Now we go next to a graphical way of representing data. It's usually very easy to understand the numbers if they are presented in a graphical way. So let's see how that applies here. I highlight the column and then go to conditional formatting and then data bars. You see, these bars is the same thing here. They just have different colors. So I'm going to select this one. Okay, so when I do that, it basically embeds a chart in the column. Okay, so you can see the length of the bars correspond with the value of the numbers there. So you have 5,000 being the highest, you see, and 200 and something being the lowest. So when you look at it, you just get a general idea of the direction of your numbers. Okay, so you can also have it this way. You click on conditional formatting and then we go to color scales. Now it's also the same thing but just different colors apply. Let's select this color. What it does is that it groups the values that are close, the numbers that are close to each other in terms of value are given the same color. You have 5,667, 5,576 close to each other. You see they have the same colors. 493, 456, the same color because they are close to each other in terms of value. So that is what this option does for us. And then also you have icon sets. Now that is very interesting. We're even going more graphical here. With the icon sets, let me select the first one. You see that all the numbers that are high, you have an arrow pointing up, and the numbers that are quite low in comparison to when you compare it to the other numbers, you have the arrow pointing downwards and it's red. And the numbers that seem to be in between the highs and the lows, we have the arrow pointing right, the horizontal direction. Okay, so let's see. The next one is this one. Okay, these are the same thing. And then I can select the charts. In this case, every cell has got a chart embedded, and the chart looks just like the values. If it is fully shaded, that is, the value is very high. You see that the ones that are quite low, like 200, it's not shaded at all. If the number gets a little bit high, it's partially shaded. Okay, so it's just to let you get an idea of the values you have when you look at your numbers. And the last one is these circles. Okay, you have the big numbers fully shaded, and then this one looking like a half moon is in between the low and the high numbers. And then the ones that are totally unshaded, those are the low numbers. Okay, so you can pick any one that you want to use. So that is how we apply conditional formatting in Microsoft Excel. I hope you liked this video. If you did, like it, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more IT tutorial videos. Thank you and see you again. Bye for now.